During vacations, a newborn baby breaks out in a skin rash and the doctors aren't sure how to cure it. Now he's facing limb amputation because doctors don't know what to do. Parents Sidney and Gemma were worried about their first child when they sensed something was wrong. Their 4-month-old son was discharged from the hospital after being diagnosed with a probable UTI, or urinary tract infection. In the process of diagnosing the condition, the doctor noticed that he was suffering from a rash in which he may have to have his limbs amputated as a result of the disease cutting off his circulation. Several blood clots produced by a rare condition in a newborn who was sent home from the hospital for a UTI could result in the loss of his arms if the disease cuts off his circulation.
Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now, back to the story.
After returning from a family vacation of more than 4 weeks, Sidney, Roger, and Matthew Currier realized something was wrong with their 4-month-old son Logan. After contracting a rare disease that baffled their medical team, now they face the prospect of their only son losing both his hands as well as his left leg if the disease continues. According to Currier, who spoke to Daily Mail Australia, "I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, because we have no idea what's going on and the doctors where we live, they have no idea how the diseases interfere with each other. I would never want someone to be a medical mystery," says the author. Because Logan remains in the cardiac unit after being transferred back from intensive care, the young family from Singleton, New South Wales moved into Ronald McDonald's house near West End Hospital to be closer to him. Logan has been in the intensive care unit since he was transferred. He has a syndrome that doctors believe is a combination of Kawasaki disease and rheumatoid arthritis, but they are not yet sure what to make of it. They believe the disorders may have somehow worked together to cause blood clots throughout Logan's heart, lungs, and body, ultimately lowering blood flow to his extremities. Logan's health is currently unknown. Currier let it be known that Logan will lose his hands and perhaps both arms below the elbows. As a result of the accident and his illness, it has also affected his left leg, which has been affected from the knee down. They are not sure to what extent doctors will hold his arms to see what is still alive. They must first wait for the dead skin to peel off, he explained. The couple first noticed the rash during a family vacation on the Gold Coast, after which he became angry and started vomiting. He was taken to the emergency department at Gold Coast University Hospital, where he was diagnosed with a UTI and prescribed antibiotics to go home. He was taken to the hospital when his condition deteriorated and his hand began to turn purple, which was when doctors discovered his new ailment. According to Currier, this was the first time he had seen anything like this. He was eventually flown from the hospital in Sydney to be closer to his family, which was a relief. Logan's parents created a GoFundMe campaign to help with the price of prosthetics and Logan's future medical treatment. This is their first child. Although they have both been able to take time off work, she is on maternity leave, and Mr. Currier's paid leave is starting to deplete their bank accounts. With her maternity leave over, Currier intends to work as a bricklayer so that he can continue to support his small family. He stated that the whole situation has been difficult, but that they are trying to take things one day at a time. "There are days that are better than others," Mr. Currier admitted emphatically. "We may enjoy it as much as he does when he's having a wonderful day, although the smallest things like coughing or sneezing can cause us to become alarmed, and we thought there's something else wrong with him." What is Kawasaki disease and how does it affect you? Kawasaki disease, also known as Kawasaki syndrome, is an acute febrile illness with no known cause that usually affects children under 5 years of age. Kawasaki disease is caused by an airborne virus. Tomisaku Kawasaki published the initial description of the disease in Japan in 1967. The first cases outside Japan were reported in Hawaii in 1976, marking the beginning of the modern era of infectious diseases. Fever, rash, swelling of hands and feet, irritation and redness of the whites of the eyes, swollen lymph nodes in the neck, irritation and swelling of the mouth, the lips and throat are some of the clinical indications of streptococcal infection. It is not known what causes Kawasaki disease, which is sometimes referred as Kawasaki syndrome, but it is an acute febrile illness that mainly affects children under the 5 years of age without a known cause. In the United States, Kawasaki disease is the most common cause of acquired heart disease. Coronary artery dilations and aneurysms are serious problems that can occur. Current treatment, which includes intravenous immunoglobulin and aspirin, has been shown to significantly slow the progression of these coronary artery abnormalities. Kawasaki disease is found worldwide, with the highest prevalence in Japan, and mainly affects children under the 5 years of age. It can also be seasonal, peaking in the winter and spring, and epidemics affecting an entire community have occasionally been discovered. Since 1976, the CDC has maintained a surveillance system that uses a variety of data sources to better track and understand Kawasaki disease in the United States. The CDC examines extensive hospital discharge databases to describe the prevalence and epidemiology of Kawasaki disease in the United States. Because the vast majority of children with Kawasaki are admitted to hospitals, the hospitalization rate provides a reliable approximation of the prevalence of Kawasaki disease. The CDC includes a passive surveillance system. This approach provides the CDC with additional information such as case symptoms and the presence or absence of coronary artery anomalies that would not otherwise be available from hospital discharge data. The CDC conducts special studies to better understand the incidence and epidemiology of kidney disease in the United States. Population and hospitalization studies in the continental U.S. have estimated the incidence of kidney disease to range from approximately 9 to 20 per 100,000 children under the age of 5 years in the continental U.S. In 2006, there were 5,440 hospitalizations for this disease among children under 18 years of age in the U.S. 3,935 of these children were under 5 years old, resulting in a hospitalization rate of 19.8 per 100,000 children in that age group in the U.S. in 2016. According to the CDC, a case of which is defined as an illness in a patient who has had a fever for 5 days or more, fever until the date of intravenous immunoglobulin is administered before the 5th day, and has at least 4 of the 5 following clinical signs: rash, lymphadenopathy of the cervical region, at least 1.5 centimeters in diameter, conjunctival fluid emission on both sides, changes in the oral lining, changes in the extremities of the periphery. In patients with this disease who do not present symptoms and respond to the description of the previous case, but who do present symptoms such as fever and coronary artery anomalies, are characterized by a pica or incomplete idiopathic disease. If you like this story, don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends.
If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with someone who may find it interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.